Welcome, wise investors, to another Win University update. And we have quite a few exciting, interesting things taking place. Not only with the market, but just here at Win University. So just be on the lookout for the updates as they start to roll out, especially more frequently as we've been training our winning team. Oh my goodness, we got an awesome team here. Way awesome, especially in so many areas. But I want you guys to see for yourself. I don't want to put too much out there right now. But guys, we have some very exciting things about to roll over and roll out. And if you're interested in becoming a wise investor, then you are definitely in the right place. All right. This is the time, more so than ever, to become a wise investor. Meaning, regardless of how the market is going, look, guys, we have the performance of our portfolios right here. Okay, what are you looking at? This is MyFX Book, a third-party company, all right, that analyzes the performance of your accounts. You got that? They analyze the performance of your account. So you go to this website, and what you do is you plug in your information onto this website. And once you plug in the information, their computers will just do their computations and analysis. And then boom, you get something like this. It'll tell you how much percentage growth your portfolio is doing, your MetaTrader or whatever you have connected to it, but it'll give you the analysis down to the T. All other details included when you go a little deeper, but everything's there. Generally speaking, you'll know if your account is doing very good or if your account is not doing good at all. So you'll know just at a glance. And that's what we got going here, okay? Our main account, let's just go over these accounts. Why don't we? Let's just do that. All right. We'll go over these accounts just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on. So the main account that we've been following has been going through quite a lot, but you can see this main account based on the current market movement strategy has a lot of volatile up and down movement, but for the most part is still going and moving forward. All right. So the highest peak we've seen most recently, let me isolate it real quick, move all of these out of the way, and let's focus on here, which is the purple one. That's our main account, which we started monitoring back in November of last year. And so we recently had some really turbulent movements, but again, the most highest peak that we performed is 51%, and prior to that, let's see if I could hit the right spot, 48%, and prior to that, 45%. So we see a gradual move upwards, okay, from 45 to 48 to 51%, and then we'll see another in the 50s and beyond, okay? So that's that account there. And now remember, all of these are aspects of the Forex Helper strategy. The Forex Helper strategy has different aspects to it. Now, I'll be doing a teaching series. I didn't want to talk about this, but I'll just give you guys a little sneak peek, okay? I will be doing a teaching series. It's going to be one of the paid versions of the teaching series that will be found on YouTube as well as within our network. So what I mean by that is the first 5 minutes of it will be on YouTube. And if you want the completed teaching of that particular course, then you must join Win University, and there's a monthly fee. But when you join Win University, you get access to that teaching series in particular. And that teaching series is basically how I go over the trades. You're gonna have access to it. There's going to be videos where I will show you step by step on how to go over the trades. All right, step by step. You're going to get a look at the MetaTrader. You're going to get a look at placing the trades, how I place the trades, and all that stuff. Okay, so I highly encourage you to check out that course when it's available. Okay, sooner, very, very soon, sooner than later. So look out for that. Be on the lookout for that. So pay attention to these updates. Pay attention to these updates because there's going to be a flood of people coming in. All right. So here's another aspect of the strategy. Again, this one here is at 3% growth. Okay, it's more of a longer term aspect of the strategy. Let's take a look at this one here. This one's a very high yield growth. Not that high yield growth. Is 0.77%, so not even 1%. Okay, but again, all of these are different aspects of the strategy, as you can see. All right, now I do believe this one probably, let's take a closer look at it. This one probably hasn't, yeah, okay, so it's past 1% actually. No, it's not. Okay, so it's still at 0.77. So it's growing, it's just a little slow. So you have some aspects. Now, I'll explain what that means. What do I mean by some aspects of the Forex Helper strategy? Now, if you have access to the daily financial market report, you're going to notice that on that report, there are indicators that say stress. Okay, let's actually take a look at that so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. So if we open the report and then now if you want access to this report, you just pay for our signals. We have the discounted plan as well as a regular plan. So go to the website if you want to find out more about that. So here's an example, and they're highlighted, they're in yellow. Now, went through the time to make sure that I add the stressor marks that correspond, but you'll see they're highlighted on the report. It'll say stress. Now that just means there's an opposing force to the main force, but you can also trade stressors. So that's an actual aspect of the Forex Helper strategy. This document is just a visual interpretation of the graph and other aspects of the strategy, so that you can actually at a glance take a look at this document and know, whoa, I can just trade stressors right now, or I can trade, now this stressor actually shouldn't be here. Okay, but I can trade stressors, or I can trade the main aspect of the strategy, CMV, or I could trade the stressors associated with CMV, or I could just trade current market movement by itself. And you can see there's stressors here, all associated with current market value. Okay, so let's get back to the charts here, and let's isolate a couple of other ones, and I'll go ahead and close out this video. I don't want to make it too long. Every day it's busy, but we got a lot going on. But what I also wanted to make this point too. Now the markets, if you turn on your average market watch analysis channel, website, wherever you get your market news from, you're going to hear a common message, and that's pretty much bad news. I mean, I'll just for the sake of time and save a whole explanation, we'll just call it bad news. You're gonna hear a lot of bad news out there and discouraging news, especially when it comes to the market. Now, there are some aspects of what they are reporting that's true, okay? But remember, they just report. They don't really know. They won't tell you, I should say. They won't tell you. If they do know, especially like the ones that are making money off the bad news. Okay, let that sink in. The ones who are making money off the bad news won't tell you, hey, wait a minute. Just because such and such asset is moving down in value does not mean that we cannot make money off of that. They won't tell you the flip side of the coin. They won't tell you the other side of the story. They'll only report the bad news, and they won't tell you how you can benefit from the bad news, okay? Or I should say how you can benefit from the opposite movement of the assets, or if it's an index, you can always take a different position. But what's important is you have to know when to take that position, what position to take, And then also, it's what's important is you have to understand what's going on. That's the key thing. I think that's the most important thing to understand. You have to understand what is going on through the whole process. If you don't understand that, that'll throw you off so bad. You'll have opportunities that you could have made money, but because you didn't understand the nature of the market, you're going to end up losing your opportunity, or losing the opportunity to make money, and thinking something else is going on that's not really going on, because you have no clue what's happening. All right. And, as a teacher, that's like where I come into play, to make sure that you guys understand what's going on. Now, it's up to you as the student to listen. I can't make that happen. That's all up to you. But I will tell you, and I will share with you, the wealth of knowledge that I've been blessed with. Okay, nothing but the grace of God. Because I didn't go to school to learn this stuff. I didn't go to no university to learn this. I didn't pay thousands of dollars to learn this. Okay, I talk about that in my ebooks. If you're interested in learning about that, read the ebook. I don't want to get into that whole story, but it is what it is. So I know the information. I'm sharing it with you. Those who are willing to listen. That's very important to understand. So, guys, get on board with this. Listen, for this, just the past 2 months, I've been trying my best to contain myself. I am beyond excited here. I'm learning a lot better how to control my emotions when it comes to being excited and slowing down, making sure that I explain things. And trust me, by nature, I'm very, hyperactive. So I could get on this mic and just and then rattle off a bunch of stuff. Okay. And get everybody all hyped and all that stuff, and get myself all hyped, and unknowingly, I'm not even trying to get you hyped. That's just how I am. But I've learned that it's very important to slow down and explain step by step and be patient. I talk about patience with the market, but I gotta practice what I preach when it comes to patience generally overall, especially when it comes to explaining certain things and dealing with people. Okay, so, and that's much more important than dealing with the market. Okay, it's dealing with people. So we have a lot going on here that's very exciting, and I just can't wait till everything just, floodgates open in a good way. Okay, like in a good way, like when the rain comes and waters the crops. And you guys are gonna benefit from this, okay, and make some high yields. This is fun, exciting, actually. Okay, I thought I would go through all these. There's no way I'm gonna go through all these. The video's already long. I'll make another update, so stay tuned. Now, I'm done with the training, so that's good. So I'm gonna have more frequent updates. So stay tuned for more frequent updates. Stay tuned also for the changes that I made mention to. I didn't go into details, but stay tuned for that. And remember, only winners invest in their minds for wiser returns. Remember that. That's a very true saying. And let that really sink in. Marinate on it. Meditate on it. Only winners invest in their minds for wiser returns.